This little bit of code out of my code library is more of a reminder than stuff I copy from, although sometimes I copy this. These are some reminders to me about floating point. And you can see up here I defined pi, and it's 75 digits long. But down here is my reminder that when I print, if I try to tell it 75 digits, it only prints 50 places. I'll show you this in a second. I'll run it. Here's a thing of quick and dirty formatting. This is like 2 decimal places, 7 decimal places, and then the default, which it only prints 15 places, which, yeah, so here's the output from it, 3.14, here's 7 decimal places, and there's the default number of decimal places, and it's clearly not 50 and it's clearly not 75. This is a different format from this. These 2 lines do exactly the same thing, except this is a 1-line format of a little different type. And down here, just a reminder to me that the Python binary math, it's not exact. So I'm going to show 35 decimal places. I originally had 40, but it runs off the screen. If you run this, 0.1, you just say, okay, let's print 0.1 to 35 decimal places, you'll notice that out there it becomes 555, 111, 51231, etc. It's not exactly 0.1. And here's the same thing with 0.2, and you'll see that 0.2 is not the same. And if we add 0.1 and 0.2, it also is not equal to 0.3. And oddly enough, this 0.3, 0.1 plus 0.2, is not the same as 0.3. So this is what happens when you add 0.1 and 0.2, and this is what happens when you just say 0.3. Not the same number. So very strange. Yes, 0.3 is not the same as 0.1 plus 0.2. And down here I did the same thing with subtraction, and you get the same answer. So when you do subtraction, whatever, you can add back and come back to the same result, but yeah. And down here I threw this in for an oddity because 0.5 comes out exactly as 0.5. I almost forgot to run it for you. Let's do that now. And here you can see there's a 75, or sorry, there should be 75 decimal places, there's only 50. Here's 2, 7, and 15, which is the default decimal places, 2, 7, and 15. This is the same line as we said before. This is one way to format it, another way to format it. It comes out exactly the same. And here are the other things. Okay, well that's it. I hope you found it useful and interesting in your Raspberry Pi Python programming.